in an never-ending spectacle of whether or not the party is holding its elections tomorrow. Mr. Maliba, are you having your elections tomorrow?
Yes, so from a statement issued by the party, signed by the General Secretary, Fifi Kwete, clearly the elections are coming tomorrow. But that is dependent on what happens in court today. Today, the party is in court to defend the application for injunction. And so I'll ask members of the NDC and Ghanaians at large to be patient and wait for the outcome today. And from today's court, we'll communicate the next step of action to take.
There was a meeting between top-notch executives of the NDC, from the functional executives, since these things began to unravel. What has been the outcome of those meetings?
What I can say is that there were 2 meetings that were to come off, but did not come off because the other side failed to attend. The first one was on Wednesday, I think so, when a meeting was slated at 8 p.m. To discuss the way forward with the other side. They failed to turn up, and when they were asked the reason for which they didn't come, they said their lawyer said they shouldn't attend because they have been served with our processes. There was supposed to be not a meeting yesterday, but there was supposed to be a court hearing yesterday, which court hearing was to, as it were, fast-track the process. And that was supposed to take place at 3 p.m. The other side, after waiting up to 1 p.m.
The other side, you mean Dr.
Dudufo's side. Waiting up to 1 p.m., communicated to us that they were not able to attend. So these are the 2 meetings I am aware of. I am livid because, as Director of Legal Affairs, I thought that this was a dispute among family members, and we were both parties are minded of the 13th deadline date. And so you would have thought that both parties would have been interested in seeing the resolution of the matter before 13th.
Yeah.
But all attempts to get them to sit at the table with us has failed.
Why is that?
You may have to ask them, but I think that it is the showing of bad faith, because if you are a member of the party and the party has a calendar and you have your concerns, you've gone to court, and the party is reaching out to you, what you are interested in is the resolution of your problem. Why are you dragging your feet? Why are you not attending meetings? When they call you, don't come. Is it a clear case of frustrating the party? I don't know. So today we'll be in court, and then we'll hear what the court will say.
Even if, granted that the injunction is lifted, if you like, and then you go through with the court processes, the Electoral Commission is also saying that the turnaround time is too short for it to prepare adequately for your elections on Saturday. What impact is that likely to have on your elections?
That is an irresponsible statement coming from Dr. Sribo. He's talking as if he's excited that we are in court. And even if we come out of court successfully, they will put an impediment on us. He should know that he's occupying a public office. It's not his possession. He should ask himself, where are his seniors who were working in that office before he came? They've all gone on retirement. He will go on retirement. As a public official and holding a public office, your duty is to the people, the taxpayer. As a party, we have entered into a contract with the MPP, EC,
yes,
to supervise our elections. We've parted with money. We've paid some part of the money. Then court lifts the injunction and you say, you cannot do anything. Have you asked us to assist you to perform your duties, and we've not done it? But in any case, why don't you wait to see the outcome of the court before you speak? And I think that Sribo doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't know when to talk. And when he says it, it's basa. It is not in his place. It doesn't lie in his mouth to make that statement. Have we cleared the first hurdle? Or you are happy that we are bogged down in court? And now you are now adding more petrol That even if you are successful in the court, we will not be ready to for you.
They cannot do it because the turnaround.
But have they access to assist them? The turnaround is about what? Materials. Send the materials. Has he discussed that with us? And we are saying that we can't help them.
So now that we know that's a concern they have, will the NDC be willing to reach out to them and say, well, if these are your challenges, then we're willing
We are focused in the court. After the court, if the court and the EC is not far, we'll drive there. What's your problem? You have no vehicles. we provide no vehicles. This is a simple matter. There are people, Ghanaians are looking for the back of this government. There are Ghanaian transporters who will be ready to give us vehicles to carry our materials away. So he should stop talking. I want to tell him that he's a public officer holding a public office, and he must know that he's paid by the taxpayer. He must also know that that office is not his possession. He will notice that when he's leaving that place, he will take those pictures of his in that office and his wife, children, and he will take them off, and another person will come. That is to tell him that that office is not his possession. So he should stop speaking the way he talks. That's my advice for him.
Well.
But I would like to recuse myself in this matter. Once I'm a lawyer in the case, I would want to take leave and then meet the commencement of the proceedings.
Right,
so that your viewers will know that.
But briefly before you take leave of us. So after just a few minutes, just before
a few questions.
Right. So after the court hearing today, if all goes ahead, if the injunction is lifted or you're able to file an abridgment of time, what will be the next processes for you?
From the letter, the tone of the letter by the General Secretary, when that is done, our focus is now to hold the elections tomorrow, Saturday. And if it means they should be voting all throughout midnight, they'll be voting.
The delegates, we understand, are frustrated.
They are peeved. In fact, you receive calls and you see the anger in them. Some of the delegates have to travel in this Afram place. You know, there's also a river that you have to travel, you know, and the boat doesn't go every day. They have to go and camp, sleep before the elections. Some have taken off. By Wednesday, they thought it will happen. There are people who have left Accra to their constituency thinking that they were going to vote. And so it's frustration.
Worst case scenario, Mr. Maliba, if you don't get what you're desiring for today, the injunction is not lifted, what will be the next plan for the NDC concerning the primaries?
That will be a decision of the Functional Executive Committee and the NEC. It doesn't lie in my mouth as an individual to sit here and proffer the way forward. You get my point? My focus is the legal matters. And after that, I'll give my advice to the party, and then we can proceed.
Mr. Maliba, thank you.
I just want to ask AB before he leaves. Is it the delegates list or is it the photo album?
Good. So the first camp is fixated on photo album. But our rules talk about delegates list. And when you say delegates, it's a register. It's not list like you.
So that's what Dr. Kubo is also saying, that there's no mention of a delegates list in the portfolio, in the rules and regulations.
It is there. It is there. It is there, and we'll provide him that.
What have you used in the past?
All our elections has never been photo album.
So you've used a register.
The register. Indeed, the register was what was used at the National Congress this Sunday, December.
So
that we have never used a photo album. We have never used a photo album. In our elections since 1992, it has always been a delegates list, and it's not it's a name, your ID number, your voter ID number, your GS ID number.
You added the photo album to provide some form of
for enhancement of the process, and it's not as if the current system is weak.
So okay. I want to, Mr. Jatwa, please hold on for me, Mr. Jatwa. Just a few minutes, Mr. Maliba, before you take leave of us. So if you go ahead with the elections, if the injunction is lifted and all of that, but the EC is not able to supervise the elections.
To be a breach of contract.
And then you go ahead with the elections.
Because they've taken our money.
What will it say of the outcome of the elections and the legal issues that are subsequent to?
As to whether we can, your question is, can we go ahead with the elections without the EC supervision? I think that's your question.
Right.
Is that it? It's possible to do it. Because under the Political Parties Act, it is provided that the Electoral Commission only supervises elective executive positions like constituency executive, regional executives, national executives.
So the EC
they are not
is
supposed
not
to do primaries for parties. No, they are not mandated under the law. But for the credibility sake, I think I discussed this.
Yeah.
And considering the acrimony surrounding these elections, you will not want to be seen because clearly there are some who are pointing fingers at the executives.
Yes.
And when you are going to conduct that election without the EC, who are going to manage it is the executives. So in order not to further bring about acrimony, deepen the cracks, you want the EC to do it. But this EC I'm talking about, you know, the EC is not, Cerebral, for instance, is not going to travel to Bolga. That's why the Ghana Constitution, and that's why the taxpayer has established offices all throughout. So, if the thing is lifted today, what we only need is to send the materials. Cerebral is not going to be there to take all the materials in the whole country. So the regional office there will take it and send it.
Based on the acrimony surrounding the situation now, you go ahead with the elections without the supervision of the...
We are not saying that we are going to do that. I've not said that here. I'm saying that...
If it happens that
no,
the EC...
that decision has not yet been taken.
If the EC cannot provide...
The EC must provide.
But it says it cannot provide adequately.
I know their problem. Their problem is, how do we send the materials there? Because the materials have not yet moved.
So you say you help them...
Who help them to send it?
So you do the elections with the supervision?
Yes. Their problem with us is that it is too late or too short a time to be able to drive the materials throughout the country. And I'm saying that, luckily for us, there's an airport in Wa, there's an airport in Wo, there's an airport in Tamale, there's an airport in Takrady. What is the use of these things?
There's an airport in Sunyani.
There's airport in Sunyani. And when they get there, they are now close to their places.
But before you leave, let me ask you. Delegates can be identified, isn't it?
Yes, they are identified.
They can be identified. Yes. And so one of the challenges is that maybe there's some delegate who come in who is not a delegate, and that will create problems. Confusion. Now, if it so happens that the delegates can be identified, what is the problem?
So first you start from polling station. There are 9 there. Every polling station A, so we call them branches. Branch A, there are 9.
Yes, executives.
Everybody knows them. Constituency executives, they are known. Regional executives, they are known. National executives, they are known.
So what is preventing you from giving them the photo of the people that are known?
MPs are known. MPs are known. So we have never done elections with photos. So, in any case, you come with your voter ID card.
Yes.
You come with it, and your voter ID card has a picture.
Why have you not been able to give him the photo album he's looking for?
No, it's final. Is there?
Is it complete?
They got 220 the first day they came.
And they said
40. Wait, stop interfering.
54% of that number don't even have their pictures and numbers.
You have a hand in this matter.
How do we have a hand in this matter?
The four compliments are now ready. They have been ready since Tuesday. Come for it, you won't come for it.
So now the full complement is
they are there.
We said the MPP has a hand. What hand do they have?
Oh, we know they are sponsoring this thing.
They are sponsoring
why?
Sponsoring who?
Why? Let me tell you. Before this matter went to court, Nana Obribwan said that he foresees an injunction application against our Prime Minister.
Because of the processes.
Wait. Is Nana Obribwan a soothsayer or a fetish? How did he come by that?
Maybe he followed
and truly, it has come. In every election, there are discrepancies. Why? I've heard people talking about duplication. Your National Identification Authority, don't they do duplication, my brother? Your National Education Authority, don't they, when they give you your Ghana card, is there no duplication? Haven't they given a woman to a man in national identification? Haven't they given a Chinese a Ghanaian?
We've seen those.
Oh, we stop that.
Mr. Amaliba, thank you. We'll go for a break as lawyer Amaliba takes leave of us this morning. So, Dr. Lawyer Amaliba is the Director of Legal Affairs of the NDC. We wish you all the best, Mr. Amaliba, as you go to court. We'll see you again after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the New Day. We're still on the big issues, and lawyer Abraham Amaliba just took leave of us to attend to another equally pressing demand. The NDC is in court this morning, so he had to take leave of us to facilitate the court processes of the NDC. But lawyer Kwame Jantwa is still here with me, and Awal Mohammed is also still here with me. Awal, just before Amaliba left, he made an accusation or an allegation that the MPP is behind what is going on in the NDC, the suit by Dr. Dufua, what is happening with all the legal affairs. How involved are you?
When he mentioned Nana Oburu as someone who has said that he foresee the thing going into court, you don't even need anyone to tell you that this thing will lead to court. For instance, 2 weeks to this day, they wrote to the party that they want the delegates list. The party did not give them the delegates list. 1 week after that, they gave them 220 constituencies out of 248.
You mean the photo album of the delegates list?
248. SAL is part of it. We all have executives at SAL.
But SAL, have we...
Yes, we have executives. They have constituency executives.
So
there.
we're adding
we also
that
have them
to the next elections.
Yes. So 248, they gave them 220. According to Kokobo, the 220, they have only 54% of that number don't have name. They only have names there without voter ID card, without anything. For me, in MPP, I contested for National Nasara Coordinator, just ended Congress. 2 weeks to the elections, we were given the delegates list with their pictures and everything. 2 weeks, their pictures, their numbers, phone numbers, and everything. So when you call the person will tell you where he is. It was only the TESCON list that was not given us because there were some problems with the TESCON list and they eventually didn't even vote. My party, NPP, did not request for my picture to really put it in the album or even put it in the register of the party. They only took my voter ID card number, just like the NDC did. When they took it, they went to EC. EC gave them the database. My picture is there, and they put it there. Today, if I go to Kumasi tomorrow, I'll go to Kumasi tomorrow.
What I'm asking is, are you behind what is happening in the NDC?
How can we be behind when I am telling you that the national executive are not being fair to Dr. Dufour's camp? What is it that they cannot furnish them with the lists? The delegates list, the person is contesting national elections.
The delegates list is there. Dr. Dufour is talking about a photo album.
Yes, but you see, what is there? When you want to identify someone who will vote, do you identify that person with a name? No, you don't identify the person with a name. You identify the person with a picture.
Dr. Amanda says
they
come with identity cards, approved.
They said EC identity cards. The EC has given them the database of the person with his picture. What is preventing the NDC from giving them the pictures and everything that the EC has provided for them? What's preventing them from doing that? So it's one of the reasons why the NDC cannot even collect their results. You could tell that if you cannot even pull a data to be given to an aspirant, and the person is saying, give it to me. And you see the answer that moved them to even court. On Monday, when they were talking about it, Asiedu Ketia, the national chairman, on NEAT FM, called on Kukubo to come to their headquarters on Wednesday. They will be having press conference so that he can come and ask all his questions there. And that was the reason on Tuesday they went to court. It's just a matter of public records. So the NDC is finding it difficult to even compile a list of 300,000 people. How much more 17 million Ghanaians? It's one of the reasons why up to now when you ask any NDC, how many votes? Ghanaians, yes, how many votes did they get in 2016? They do not know. Right. How many votes did they get even in 2020? When Asiedu Ketia went to court, he couldn't even tell the people of this country how many votes they got. So the NDC national executives are to be blamed for what is happening. You don't blame anyone to the extent that you are blaming the EC and so on. You sent to the EC that you'll be having it on the 13th. The EC agreed that they will come and supervise it. Now, you did not furnish the other the contestant with the necessary documentation that the person is supposed to have. You didn't give him fair playing grounds. And the person is in court. The EC is telling you that if you're able to even resolve it today, by tomorrow, it will be difficult for us to go and
they say they'll support the EC to do what the EC has to do. But Mr. Jantua, Does this speak about the, if you like, lack of preparedness of the NDC going into elections 2024 in any way, anyhow?
How many months is 2024 from today? How many months? What I don't understand is this is an inner caucus situation that can be sorted out between inner caucus. Honorable Dufour, is he not a leading member in the NDC? Former President Mahama, is he not a leading member in the NDC?
Yeah.
Are you saying these two gentlemen cannot sit and resolve this situation? So, Kojo Bonsu, who is also an aspirant, is he going through the same thing? Has he got the delegates list? Has he got the photo album?
We understand, has supported the injunction.
Well, he hasn't come out to tell us whether he's got it or I haven't heard.
No. He's talking about the delegates list.
I'm talking about the delegates list. I haven't heard. And if there's a delegates list, is that not what tells you who A or B is? And if the identity cards, we are linking our national ID card to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And trying to even use that as a card for elections. And if an individual who's a delegate brings his card and shows it to you and there's no photo album, wouldn't that tell who that person is? I don't understand why this thing should turn the way it's turning. You're within the same party. It's not as if Dr. Dufour is in a different party and the others are in a different party. Same party. So I ask the question, is it Dr. Dufour's camp at loggerheads with the executives? Is there something in there that we don't know?
You think they are at loggerheads?
I don't know, because I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. When I heard it, I said, but this can be sorted out. Photo album. If you say it's photo album, you've got the delegates list photo. You're trying to tell me you can't sort it out. You're trying to tell me that Dr. Dufour can't go and sit with the chairman of the NDC and say, oh boy, we are waiting for the photo album. What are the problems that we can't get this photo album? That it has to be exposed like this. Look, I'll tell you, if this were MPP, you wouldn't hear a word. You will not hear a word.
But
they will keep it inside.
Does this affect the fortunes of the NDC in the next election? And bear in mind, Dr. Dufour's son is also contesting a seat in the Ashanti region.
It could affect the fortunes of Dr. Dufour himself. If the delegates get cross because of this, it can affect him. And let's see the outcome of the elections. And let's see how many votes he would get. These are things that within your own self, you sort it out.
So beyond the elections, that is if it happens tomorrow, the fortunes of the NDC going into election 2024 against the NPP?
The election 2024 has not got to do with individuals in the NDC. It's got to do with the state of the economy. That is where the elections will be fought. That is where the elections will be fought. I don't see how this thing should now create a problem for voters. Oh, because they couldn't fix A, they couldn't fix B, so we shouldn't vote for them. It would be people's pocket. You saw the picket yesterday.
Yes.
You saw the lady who brought the people she helps there. That is what is going to be the center of our election 2024. Nobody should take election 2024 for granted. It's not going to be these small things that we're talking about, delegates list and photo album. What? So you're trying to say that if it happens in the NPP would what? It would affect them? It's the economy. People's pockets. Can they afford 3 square meals a day? Can they pay school fees? Can they do what they have to do? Is government stealing their money? These are some of the things that people will vote on. So don't let us, create a smoke screen and say, because of this, it would affect B. But let me tell you one thing. Ghanaians don't like split parties.
Exactly.
Ghanaians don't like split parties. And any time these things happen, I say, learn from the CPP and the Nkrumah's groupings. Ghanaians don't like split parties. But with this particular election, because of the state of the economy today,
Split or no split party,
split or no split, or it will not matter.
Mr. Jantua, thank you. Mr. Awal, but you are taking advantage of this. You think this is playing to your advantage in any way?
No, as you said, the economy and the personalities is very important. It's not really about the economy. It's not by default that when you think the economy has challenges, the person, the next person in opposition should be president of this country. Ghanaians will have to scrutinize who is leading. They will have to look at the person, what is bringing on board. It's not really about because the person cannot afford 3 square meals a day, he will just have to give it to the opposition party. No. And we are ready to make sure that at least we're able to put the economy on a sound footing by 2024. That's very important. And as he said, people of this country do not like a split party. And when they are more organized, we even want to beat them as an organized political party, not really at least a disjointed political party. So that's why my General Secretary said they should sort the man out. They should sort Kwabena 4 out. It is nothing. If they had even given him the photo album, he wouldn't have even gone to court. If it was even ready yesterday that they have said, come for it, or they have even presented it to them, what will have happened?
They say it's ready.
Why didn't they present it to them? Just present it to them so that when you go to court, you tell them that what they are coming to seek today has been given them.
Right.
It's here. So as a political party, we are ready. As I speak right now, we are exhibiting our register. For us, we're looking at what is happening in the NDC. We're exhibiting our register. It started yesterday.
So you're taking lessons from what is happening.
Yeah, and it will take 1 month. Every delegate listening to me or watching me can go to his polling station. The register is there. He should go and check whether his picture is there, whether his name is there, and so on. And this exercise is going on until 25th of next month. We'll finish everything before we even open up our nominations for the orphan constituencies before we go to the...
Why didn't they vote for John Mahama 2020? Ghanaians had long minds because of Dumso. Although by the time he was leaving, Dumso had been sorted out.
Yes.
They had long minds. So MPP shouldn't think.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That
the MPP shouldn't think that even if you saw the economy, people say, you sorted the economy, so come for it. No.
So
they have long minds.
Ghanaians remember that.
Ghanaians will also ask what he's bringing on board. Not necessarily because they've seen him as president. They've seen him as vice president. And they will look at what is he bringing on board.
They will ask that for
That's
everyone.
very important. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That the personalities are very important. Your policies and programs are very important. That's what the Ghanaian people will look at in voting for you.
Thank you. So you're picking lessons from what is happening in the NDC.
Very well.
You're using it to arm yourself to prepare for the future
We are
elections.
already prepared. So we are trying to strengthen our party. That's why I'm saying that we're exhibiting our register. If you're a delegate, go to your polling station. The register is there. Go and check whether your name is
Briefly,
there.
how far with the elections in November? How's it going? Preparations?
Yes, that's the preparation that we're doing. The exhibition of the register. After the exhibition of the register in July, we'll start with the orphan constituencies. Then in November, before that, we'll do the extraordinary congress where party chairman and some few other people will have to cut them to 5 before in November we'll get it, because as we said, we have the men and we have a lot of people contesting. 11 people.
Don't bring that up the men.
Awal Mohammed is a national communications team member of the NPP who just spoke with us. We also spoke with lawyer Kwame Janto, who is director of political affairs.
Chairman of the Political Affairs
Committee of the CPP. But earlier, we also had Abraham Amaliba, who is the Director of Legal Affairs of the NDC. My name is Noble Crosby, and just before we go on to say good morning to Madam Faustina Kuba Mensa, wherever you are, good morning to you. Also to Anita Akasiweja, good morning to you. Wish you all a happy Mother's Day. Happy Bayans of Wavuchum and Wafo Crosby, and I wish you also happy Mother's Day in advance. New Day continues right after this. Stay with us. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.